staff, our manager, the bus driver, all the players, and one other person who actually just jumped on the bus. We were all stoned before we got into the stadium. It wasn't right, you're thinking, we were actually got stoned. Roma fans stoned the bus, broke 3 windows, one guy got a hit on the head. Thankfully it wasn't a player. And so that set the stall for the actual evening. If they're going to do this, this is what we're going to do. So before the game started, we come into the tunnel, the referee has actually blown the whistle. So we come into the tunnel and we're waiting. We're waiting. And we're thinking, are we here by ourselves? Because there's no other opposition. Where's the referee? So Souness said to Sammy Lee and Craig Johnson and David Hodgson, you guys have got some songs. Come on, let's get the songs, because we can't stand here. We've got to keep it warmed up. So they came out with this Chris Rea song, because they all played from Middlesbrough, and they like Chris Rea. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I don't know what it is, but I want to stay, and I love it. Love it. Now we're warming up in the. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I don't know what it is, but I want to stay. We're warming up. Still, they didn't come out of the dressing room, so I went to the dressing room door. There's. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I don't know what it is, but I wanted to stay, and I love it. I banged the door like this. Get the door open, there's the Italian capitano. He said, English bastardos. Soon as they come out, he says, just grab one player, look him in the eye, and carry on singing. So we go, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. And they must have thought, who are these crazy Englishmen? Little did he know that there was Irish, Scots, Zimbabwean, Australian, that sort of thing. So we go onto the pitch. Yes, we scored the best goal in the whole tournament ever. Picture this. Craig Johnson flings a far-flung one, as the boy does. The goalkeeper comes out, he falls back, it hits Ronnie Whelan's head, bounces up, they try to clear it, it goes, ricochets off one fella, the goalkeeper's on his knees, hits his head, comes back into the oncoming full kneel, hits him on the shin, goof, in the ball. We won the lot. 15 minutes later, there goes Bruno Conti, that little Italian boss. He goes past, who was it? Mark Lawrence, cuts back, right foot comes across. Pruzzo gets in front of Alan Hansen, flicks the ball over. I've gone up, choo-wee. I think I'm doing the Frosby flop. I'm that high in the air, I'm about 19 foot 6 inches, but as it happens, you go up the same time as the ball. As you come down, the ball comes down behind you, doof, in the goal. 1-1. Come to the penalties. Smoking Joe, he says, listen, we're just going to go, he's on his 13th cigarette. He says, listen, I'm just going to tell you the rule, the order. Full Neal, you go first. Stevie Nicol, you go second. Souness, yeah, come on, Souness. You go third. Rushy, you go fourth. Dalglish, you fifth. To which Kenny replied, excuse me, Gaffer, you substituted me in the 86th minute. Now he's got 2 fags on it. He says, well, who came on for you then? He looks over there, there's the fella lying on his back, and the physio's giving him one of those. He says, Michael Robinson, you've been on the field 8 minutes, you got cramp? Hansen, Lawrenson, where are you? He turns around, there they are on the halfway line waving at the fans. So he's thinking, who am I going to put for fifth? Sammy? Sammy Lee's father, yeah. Well, you know, we played 130 minutes. The grass has grown that much that Sammy Lee's gone underneath it. So in the end, there were 2 of us standing like this. He looks at me, he looks at Alan Kennedy, and he goes, Bruce, you taking the 5th. So I was taking the 5th when I went. So all of a sudden now, there goes the coin toss, bang, Liverpool end. Yes, great. Phil Neal is now tying his bootlaces. So Stevie Nicol thinks, I'm going to get this over quickly. grabs the ball and runs into the goal. Now, Stephen Nichols is not the full shilling. He's one sandwich short of a picnic. Just to give you an example, he got his new boot deal, brand new boot deal with Puma for this final. A week before we get to the final, he gets this big box at training. He says, "Oh, get this box." Gets the box down. He takes out the one boot, gets the laces, puts his foot in, and he goes, "Shit, it's a bit tight." Billy, his boot boy, Billy, he's got the same size feet, or a little bit bigger. He says, "Billy, you're going to have to wear these. Make sure you wear them in the shower and everything. I need this for next week." Okay, he takes the boot off, gives it to Billy. Billy sits down, puts his hand in the toe of the boot, takes out the paper, and then puts his hand. So Stevie Nicol, you can imagine, he goes up to take the first penalty. Him like that. Shovel foot, we called it. Boom, shovel foot over the ball. Thank you very much. Their first penalty taker, I'm now walking to the goal. And I get this arm around me, and I'm thinking, ooh, okay, I know who it is. It's Smoking Joe. He said, "Listen, son, myself and the coaching staff, the chairman and the directors, the captain and the team, and the 7,000 scousers in the stands are not going to blame you if you can't stop the ball from 12 yards. Now I heard blame, and now I thought, oh, not going to blame me. Oh, I'm now filled with glee. I'm not going to be blamed if I can't stop a ball from 12 yards. And I chest out like this. As I walked away, he says, "But try and put them off." And that's what stuck in my head. First penalty, I'm going like that. What does he mean by try and put them off? I've gone right. The ball comes right down the middle. I stick out my hand. It hits my hand, goes in. Shit, I should have stood up. So I go off the side. Then Phil Neal comes and puts the ball down, makes it 1-1. Then I saw Bruno Conti coming, picks the ball up, he's like this. And you can just hear the music, or him saying, "I'm Bruno Conti. I crossed the ball for Pizza to score. Now I'm going to score a penalty." And I thought, bollocks to that. Excuse me, I'm going to take this off here. And I'm going to show you, because you at the back can't see. So I got on the line like this, and I said, if we want to dance, we're going to dance 60s style. So as he put the ball down, my hands were like this, and this is what I did when he kicked the ball, before he kicked the ball. Poof, over the bar. And that's when I thought, whoa, it might well work. Well, then the next penalty was Souness stuck it in the top corner. I couldn't get into the goal quick enough for their next penalty. I got in there and said, "Ooh, come on. Oh, I've watched you for 3 days in the Olympica. I watched you 3 days put a penalty in the exact same spot. I know where you're going. Come on. This is my time to make a beauty of it. Come on." I took off top corner. I looked over, it went in the other corner. And then I realized I was watching the penalty takers from the other side of the stadium. Yeah, you can make mistakes sometimes. Yeah. Well, next penalty, Ian Rush. And I'll give you Ian Rush's demeanor when he actually scored. Because the ball bounced 3 times. Great finishers, great strikers will always find the back of the net. It doesn't matter how or how hard. And he did. He sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And as he scored, this is his demeanor. He goes. And that was it. My last penalty that I had to face was a chap called Graziani. Graziani picked up the ball like this, put the ball under his arm, and then he put his arm around the referee. And I thought, that's not right. And he's like walking like this, marching like this. So I ran into the net, bit the net. Oh, not a proper now, leave him alone. He wasn't, he was carry on walking. carrying like this, marching. Like this. I said walking with purpose because Italians don't march, do they? They don't march that way, they march this way. Only in the war, I was told. So I went and bit the net, came into this spot. Yes, he picks up the ball, kisses it, does this twice, and I thought, hey, hold on a minute. I came in like this. And I thought to myself, what the hell are you doing? I decided I'm going to do it anyway. I did this. I knew where he was going to put the ball because he was practicing penalties. He's going to put it down to my right. So I went down to my right. He changed his mind, and I looked up and he had scuffed it, and it went off the top of the bar, and all I go is running around the field, jumping up and down. Yay, your beauty. Lovely. 90 seconds later, I look in the box, and there's Alan Kennedy putting the ball down. I said to the manager, should be me. He said, if it takes you 90 seconds to get here, you can suffer like the rest of us and watch him take the penalty. I looked at the players. They weren't looking at the penalty spot. They were going, oh, shit. I was looking at the management. They were turning around looking at the scoreboard. And Alan Kennedy tells the story. And he told us, I'm putting this ball in bottom right. Bottom right, bottom right, and he hit it so sweetly, top left. But then again, he's the only man in history to score 2 goals with 2 scuffs. Because the first one in 1981 was a scuff. Exactly the same thing. The only place for him to put it was bottom right. He hit it top left there as well. 2 goals, 2 shanks in golf, that's him. 2 European Cups, fantastic. And that was one of my best nights I've ever had, that's for sure. Getting stoned before being in a rock concert during the game, and then winning the European Cup in Rome after the game. There we go.